Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Albedo Eyes from Outer Space, and thank you for watching. Albedo is a first-person puzzle game, guys, with like creepy 1960s science fiction themes with giant eyeballs and lasers and technology and spinning saucers and all that kind of crazy shenanigans that you would expect from like classic old sci-fi, books or TV shows. Now on the Steam page though, it lists the game as an action-adventure game. And to be honest with you, I'm not really sure how 100% accurate that really is. I could certainly say it's an adventure game, but an action game, I'm not sure that's completely accurate. And you'll see what I mean in a bit. Albedo released on Steam Early Access October 2014, which means Albedo is still in active development, and everything you see is subject to change and not a final representation of the game. Albedo was developed by Z4G0 and Ivan Venturi. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, by the way. And it was published by Merge Games. You can go ahead and buy into the Early Access of Albedo Eyes from Outer Space for $14.99, guys. Now, this game really reminds me of Mind, Path to Thalamus, or The Room. You're basically kind of locked into an area, and you have to kind of use your logic and your brain to figure out where to go, what to do next, and then progress to the next room and continue the process of manipulating puzzle elements and items and combining things and kind of using logic, even though it's kind of a science fiction theme, to figure out what to do here. At least that's what it seems like for the first hour and like a half or so, which is how long I've been playing the game. Let's just go ahead and get into the game here. We're going to check out the options here. Apparently I need a drink. We're going to check out the options here. There's really, I'm going to be playing the game on easy. I'm not really sure what this affects, to be honest with you, at all, because I didn't really run into too many problems as far as, being attacked goes. Maybe this is something that I think will probably be affected later on deeper in the game, as you get deeper and deeper into the game. But definitely for the first hour and a half, you're not going to be seeing terribly too much action, which is why I said that I'm not really sure how much, really how accurate that really is. You do have quite a bit of graphics manipulation here, a couple things to include, shaders, quality, rendering, all that good kind of stuff. I have that set to the highest as I can. I kind of just let it set itself, and everything works out pretty good. I'm not sure it mostly is keyboard and mouse. There is no controller support here. Nothing to speak of like that. You have your basic audio sliders. I will say there's probably a fair number of options, more than the usual, which is pretty good. And of course, a couple of language options there be more added. How about that to the game? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit new game here. And that's going to load up the first starting scene, and hopefully we don't get bugged here, because I've gotten bugged a couple times here. That looks like it's going to be okay. Good night, John. Oh, Jeffries is in the basement opening a jar. That was fast. I didn't even say it. Okay. That is us, by the way, the guy behind the desk with the pizza. Apparently there was some sort of explosion and things have gone horribly wrong. Who knows? And that kind of sets like the theme of the game, basically. Some sort of science experiment has gone wrong. You wake up in this, hole in the floor, basically, and you have to figure out what the hell's going on from there. And now I'm kind of locked in this room. There is the door right there. Ow! And apparently my ankle is hurt. Where am I? Is someone there? What happened? Now I remember there are 2 large explosions. It seems as if I slept for days. I wonder how I got here. I'm gonna guess we fell. Maybe some experiment has gone wrong. No, now that I think about it, except Jeffries, there was no one left. I gotta get out of here. So let's talk about what you're looking at here. It's a very minimalistic UI, but if I were to walk up to an item and pick it up, you suddenly get a lot of options that you can play with. You can, like, for instance, drop an item, throw an item, put item in an inventory, observe the item, and it gives you kind of basic description about the item. Like, for instance, oh, this is a brick. And this will obviously, throw the item, pretty obvious stuff. And you can kind of manipulate all the items in some unique ways. Some items, for instance, like this rat trap here, you can use in combination, which is represented by that symbol here. And how you control this is you can hold down the left mouse button, or you can scroll your mouse button to change the options of the item, basically. Like, okay, well, I want to observe it, or you just hold down the left mouse button, which is pretty nice, I'd say. It makes it a little bit easier to control. I'm going to go ahead and put the mouse trap down. Now, we do have like a console system here. It's standard sonic interphone exchange. There's one abandoned room. And a door. The door is locked from the other side. It's the only way out. We have a switch here. Turns off all the lights. And you get the basic idea. This is kind of how you manipulate the environment around you. It's all done through this kind of first-person perspective. But if you are slightly, have motion sickness issues, you may experience a little bit of motion sickness. I didn't really experience it all too much when playing this game, but it is certainly possible when it comes to first-person shooter games. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these bricks. I've played this game, like I said, for about an hour now, so I kind of know what to do for the first couple of rooms. Usually by now there's some sort of banging going on the door, but there is not for some reason. Let's go ahead and look around. Let's pick up some objects. There's a TV here. Where is that rat? There's supposed to be a rat here, and he's not showing up anywhere. Huh. Maybe I need to lure him out, as it were. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, what was that? It looks like somebody dropped it in from the roof. Now we can open up the box here and see what's inside. Oh, well, this is a strange-looking item. Now, this strange-looking item, you might be confused by what the hell it does. Well, this thing kind of lets you see into the future a little bit. And depending on where you run your little I forget what it's called. What's it called? It's called the Strange Tool. That doesn't really give you an explanation of what it's called. I'm sure it's the temporal dilation. That's what it's called. You can basically look through it and you can see that certain things are supposed to be a certain way, depending on the situation. So, like, I'm not sure if it's going to show it here. No, it's not. But right here, there's supposed to be something that we need to be put down on the floor here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright. I'm going to check the door again. Nope. Okay. We're locked in this room. What do we do? Where's a rat? There's supposed to be a rat here. Rat! Hello! Are you here? Okay, maybe not. Get off me, trash can. Okay, now. You can hit the tab button, and that kind of gives you like a hint of what you're supposed to do. It'll basically kind of put a glow around all the items that you can interact with. So, like, for instance, this one up here. Like, oh, we might need this eventually. Let's go ahead and unscrew that. Now we can add that to our inventory simply by right-clicking. Now it's in our inventory, and that will be something we definitely need later. Alright, now we got some sort of snack here. Let's open the snack. Uh-oh, there's the rat. Alright, now we could grab the rat, but when we pick up the rat, he's going to nom on us. Like so, as you can imagine. So we don't want to pick up the rat. We do, however, want to combine the snack with the rat trap. And then we basically now we can pick up the rat trap, and you see a little glowing little area has appeared. Now I want to see something. If we pull out our dilation tool, or whatever the hell it's called, you can see that that trap is now magically appear on the floor as if it's supposed to be there. Now, because this is the first room, it's just kind of giving you obvious answers of what to do. So we put that there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh, crap. This is one of the areas I kind of found like a little bit difficult to manipulate. Sometimes it's difficult to put things in certain areas, like you need to stand directly on top of it. Alright. Now we need to find a way to knock this thing over from a safe distance. Usually, if I remember correctly... Oh, there we go. There it is. There's a rope. We take the rope, we combine it with that particular object. There we go. Oh, God! Oh, God! Look at that hideous beast. Pull the rope! Yeah, we killed it. What, an eye with two legs? What kind of experiments are they doing here? And look at that giant, horrible, disgusting creature. Look at this giant eyeball. Woo! It's a bouncy eyeball. It wanted to eat the rat, by the way, which is what was going on. Oh, good lord, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. The eyeball has faded into non-existence. Come here, eyeball. I want to eat your eyeball. Throw the jerry can. Eyeball, delicious. Oh, I love how shiny it is. And you get the idea that this is kind of like your treat almost for kind of completing the puzzle is this weird monster thing. I don't really know how to explain it. I love it when a plan comes together. Very, very nice reference. So the door is now open and we can continue on to the next room. And that is essentially kind of, at least from what I've played, which is about an hour and a half into the game, what you're supposed to do. That's kind of your objective, is to kind of solve puzzles through these areas and get from one area to the next. Now, for instance, this next puzzle, we need to somehow obviously figure out a way to get past this fire here. We can look at what we have here as far as things to manipulate goes. So, we, for instance, I got a tube. We got a faucet, but it's not doing anything. Tap's open, but no water. Well, if we take that crank we got from earlier, that valve, we whip that out and combine that with this particular object right here, well, suddenly we can do something with this. There we go. And now we have agua. There we go. Now, trust me, this took me quite a while to figure out, by the way. I don't want you to think that I was like, oh, this is easy. I was like, I had no balls clue what to do here for quite a while. We're going to put out the fire here. And we're in trouble. Die, you damn creature! This is the action sequences it's talking about, by the way. As you can see, kind of a creature attacks you, and I kind of just beat the living shit out of it. And that's it. That was the entire action sequence right there. Which is why I said I'm not really sure how accurate the entire action tag is when it comes to this game, because at least for the first couple of rooms, there really isn't much action, to be honest with you. There's just mostly kind of puzzle solving. You're basically in a room and you solve the puzzle and you move on to the next area and solve another puzzle. But like I said, that's only the first couple of initial rooms. Maybe as you get deeper and deeper into the game, I could be wrong and there could be more. As far as the aesthetics of the game goes, I mean, yeah, I really enjoy the overall theme of like the 1960s science fiction. I just wish there was more. Yeah, I threw the eyeball in the water. Oh, that's so gross. Now we can look through our device here and kind of get an impression of what to do. There's an elevator here. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's not working. I wonder why. Oh, maybe it has something to do with that thing right there. Wait, that doesn't really... there's one thing I will say, that the light in the room kind of... The light effects in the room kind of make it difficult to see things occasionally. You will probably end up pressing tab at least a few dozen times. I know that I basically just kept hitting tab for hours and hours. And one thing that kind of did frustrate me about the entire hint system is that it shows you how to manipulate every object in the room, even if it's an item that isn't necessarily going to be helping you solve the puzzle. And that's one thing I'm kind of confused by. I'm like, why would that be important? Why would it do that? But it literally shows you how to manipulate every item in the room. So, for instance, I think it's an egg. Maybe I guess it's important to show you what's observable and what has a description attached to it. But I feel like if you're hitting the tab, it at least should just go straight to the hint. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab this bucket here, because we need this to complete this particular room, complete this particular challenge. We'll put the bucket down. We'll grab our hose. This took me quite a while to figure out, by the way. We need to fill up the bucket with water because we need to complete the circuit. Spoilers, by the way, if you're interested in playing this game. I'm probably going to be doing at least probably the first, 3 rooms at least. Let's fill that up. That looks about full, right? Oh, yes, this is the best piss of my life. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to pee on the... Oh, you like that? In your face. Oh, yeah, I'm like R. Kelly. Okay, anyways. Let's grab our bucket here. And now we have a little area we can drop it into here. Again, though, we kind of need to walk right on top of it. And voila! Right? Voila? Voila? No? You're very specific on where you want this drop, don't you? Aha! Now we have light in the area. The lights have turned on. And we can now press the button and move on to the next infinite darkness of a hall. Dear God, it looks like hell incarnate at the end of the hall. You can go back to former rooms, by the way, if you want to. And basically look for puzzle elements, like if you hadn't grabbed that valve, for instance, or, if you want to explore. There is Easter eggs hidden in the game. And from what I understand, there's little secrets and hidden things, and maybe there's items that you can manipulate, do other interesting effects, or get through different areas and find more interesting stuff. So this is the next room. No, it's not. Is it? I thought I hit the door. I could have sworn I hit the door. The screen went black. I could have sworn I went into the next area. And again, this is kind of like your treat for completing that room. You get to see this weird, awesome alien plant thing growing in a way that prevents you from going up the stairs and moving on to the next area. So you got to find a new way to get out of this area, but there is some other areas that you can check out here. Like, for instance, there's a vent, there's some sort of a dumbwaiter, and an elevator here. So we're going to go ahead and start solving this puzzle. And again, this is all, like I said, I've done this before, so I kind of know what I'm doing. And this was after about, it took me quite a while to figure out what to do here. Especially this particular puzzle, it doesn't necessarily make it too obvious what you're supposed to do here right away. So, like, for instance, I opened this drawer, and I, to be honest with you, for the longest time, I could not figure out how the hell to get past this puzzle. Like, I went in here, and it said, oh, you need the key. I don't know where the key's at. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe the key's in the vent, but the key doesn't... I can't get to the vent, so you have to kind of figure out what to do here. But if you kind of look, or if you look maybe through your lens here, you can see, well, even though it's kind of flashing, it's kind of glowing underneath it right now, that there is something underneath that that area there. So it's like, we'll switch over here to the drop. Dang, stupid, come here. We'll open to the bottom. We'll pull that open. We'll grab the paper. We'll look at the paper. Or pull the paper out. No! No! Okay, where did the paper go? Okay. Now we will open the paper. And we got a paper clip. Now we'll open that paper clip again. And we'll combine it with something. Well, why don't we combine it with this little thingamabob? And now suddenly we can enter this kind of like mini game-esque thing where we have to figure out how to unlock this. This is a tumblers, of course. So as you can see, for instance, there's a line running through all of them, and I need to figure out how to get that line to all line up. So... it's being so difficult. I don't remember how to do this. Oh, so close. Okay, hold on, there. Is that it? Ah, yes, there we go. I completed the puzzle. And, there's puzzles like that you'll find throughout the entire game. I apologize, it took me a little bit of concentration to figure out there. But now we can grab this particular object right here. Not the spider! Ow! Gosh dang, stupid spider. And there's nothing, I don't think, in this drawer, if I remember correctly. No, but we can use this. We'll go to our inventory by simply holding down the right mouse button. Go to the padlock. Bust the padlock out. We'll attach that. But like that, and that'll create a new item. We can hit the button. And this should work now. Like so. Which just gives us access to this item. And now we got a screwdriver. As you can imagine, what we're going to use that screwdriver for is going to be on the vent. Now, I will say that the items can be a little bit maybe a little bit wonky to use sometimes. Like, they're just not necessarily the most intuitive things. Okay, I forgot. I need to get something to stand up on there. Where is the box? There's the box. Come here, box. I need you. Now, we need to put this box down so we can have something to stand on. So that way we can get to these other pieces. Alright, so let's go ahead. Just the item system, while it is like very clever and very neat, it's not always just the most easy thing to cycle through and use. As far as music and sound goes, I would love to hear a little bit more kind of, science fiction themed music, with like a theremin or something. There isn't much music to speak of, to be honest with you. So we'll just drop that, pull all the screws out. We got access to this vent here finally. Thank you. I can see that. Now, we can't go into the duct because it says, damn, I can't reach. I need to push the key out somehow. How he knows the key's in there, by the way, I have no idea. But we're going to go ahead and use this to push the key out, which again, this all took me quite a while to figure out. But somehow he knows that the key is in this particular area. He just is a telepath. I'm not really sure. He has precognitive powers. So now we got now we got the key out. It has obviously shot out that vent that was inside of the elevator. We can pick up the key. Take the key out of our inventory because I'm a dumbass. And then use that on this thing, even though it's just kind of obvious what to do here. And then flip that. We're moving on to the next room officially. So there you get the basic idea. It's kind of a rinse and repeat. This took me literally an hour and a half to get through. It's a little bit easier once you get goldfish. Pretty goldfish. Pretty goldfish. Okay. But yeah, that basically covers it. Whoa. That was awesome. They're all gone now. Yeah, it's just, I wish there was just a little bit more science fiction themed things in it. Maybe it gets more freakier as you get deeper into the game, but the first couple of levels, it's just like you solve a puzzle and you get like a little treat. From what I understand, there is also 8 hours of gameplay for you to enjoy. Here, there's Steam achievements. I think I already mentioned that. And other than the slight control issues I have with picking up items and the hint system, the hint system's okay. But it doesn't necessarily. Sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating. Like this room, I got really frustrated in because you have to figure out how to fix these pipes, and that was just a friggin' nightmare. And I basically actually raged quit at that point. But I had a decent time with Albedo, guys. It's a pretty interesting game with some interesting ideas. I do love the theme, but felt like I was chasing a carrot. Like once I completed a puzzle, I was rewarded with a 60s science fiction themed stuff, which is cool. But sometimes I felt the theme was gated. Is the best way to describe it. And although the gameplay itself works, the puzzles are difficult, albeit sometimes frustrating. There is some bugs to speak of, but that is indicative with early access game, guys, and to be expected. I'm not really sure how much replay there is in this game because, once you beat the puzzles, there really isn't alternative ways to beat them or anything like that as far as I know. So it's kind of all like a playthrough once type of game as far as I can tell. That may change, obviously, from final release. I would suggest this game to any fan of puzzle games or just someone looking for something a little bit different to play, guys. Big thanks to the developer and publisher for a chance to check this game out. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, and I'll keep bringing you awesome games, guys. Till next time, play more indie games.